Hello everybody and welcome back to the Alabama Crimson Tide Dynasty mode in NCAA 2004, and it is time to play for another national championship, this time in the Rose Bowl with the Fresno State Bulldogs, who are no stranger to the big dance, as they have themselves a national championship from year number 8. They managed to win against Texas. I don't know which bowl it was, whether it was Fiesta or Rose. I've lost on the 4-year rotation. I know we're at the Rose Bowl now, but I don't know what comes next. I forget what came before, so that's on me to learn for, I guess, the next season or the next game. Maybe I'll learn it. But either way, so we are now playing against Fresno State in a Rose Bowl. I don't know which Rose Bowl, if this has ever been. I can try and flip through my notes here and see if we've ever made it or ever played in a Rose Bowl, period. And I don't believe we have. We're big Sugar Bowl people. We're very big Sugar Bowl people. But yeah, so our second national championship was in the Rose Bowl against Maryland. So now I remember that. Now I remember the thumbnail that I did for that. I recall it now. But Fresno State, man, they are no slouches just in general. As I've already said, they won one. But since they won that national championship against Texas, they finished 11-2 in year number 9 and year number 10, and they won the WAC in both of those seasons. That's just in that short gap, man. We're not even talking about before that and the whole rest of the series. So, and their quarterbacks, I mean, their team in general, like, this is one of the most normal-looking rosters I've had to jot down for a video. I mean, they don't have like new receivers with like 400 yards or anything. Like, no, both of their top receivers have over 1,000 yards and have had that for multiple seasons. Their quarterback's been a starter for the last 2 years, and he's had over 3,000 yards in both of those seasons. So this is a normal team. This is a completely normal team, but this game is not a normal game as no scoring happens in the first quarter, which I bet you guys didn't anticipate when this game started. You didn't anticipate that. So, but Fresno State's going to kick things off offensively across midfield in the second quarter as their quarterback, Franklin McDonald, is able to find an open receiver. He's able to find Marley Crenshaw, the top receiver here for the Bulldogs. And now McDonald back to pass once again, and absolutely lasers one down the middle of the field, and nobody is home. There's actually several people that were home, but none of them were in the area to make a catch on the ball. So bring out special teams for the Bulldogs here on a 4th and 9. Going to try and nail home this kind of a long field goal. And that one sails through, but I think it hits the bar on the back. Like once it got through the uprights, I think it hit that bar that extends out for the crossbar. I think that's what it hit. So he barely got it through. So 3-0 here, and now we are back on offense. And Robinson steps up in the pocket here, finds a little bit of an opening, and that pass is going to be completed. And it looked like an 83 for Ryan Reynolds. That's what it looked like. I'm not entirely sure, but it looked like Ryan Reynolds maybe made the catch. But either way, it's going to be a huge completion for the Crimson Tide, and that's going to get us in at least by the 30 of Fresno State. So Robinson back to pass once again. Very clean pocket, and unleashes it over to Hines, over to David Hines, who makes the catch here, and he's going to get brought down by the sideline. And Hines hasn't been someone that we've kept huge tabs on. He hasn't done a whole lot or a whole much of anything in the last few weeks of the season. He's been around, though. He's been around doing his thing. He's just one of those players that didn't develop how I guess we thought that they would, considering how deep our receiving core has been this season. So you can't really blame him. So 2nd and 1 here, Robinson back to pass. Nobody in the backfield in such a short yardage situation, but it pays off as Robinson is able to find Ryan Reynolds in the end zone for his 8th touchdown of the year, if you can believe that, man. Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool, getting 8 touchdowns in this season, and such a loaded receiving class that we have. Even Broderick Black, the tight end, has had himself a pretty decent year. So there's just a lot of arms or a lot of faces to get the ball to. But Fresno State is now going to answer back in their own way as McDonald gets the pass off to an open Bulldog receiver, and it is an absolute foot race that's going to end in just a humongous pickup here for Marley Crenshaw once again. Is that 1,000 plus yard seasons. There we go. I said it. I got it out. I choked on it 40 times, but I got it out. Just been one of the better bright spots for this Fresno State offense. But 3rd and 14, the Bulldogs are moving backwards, and the sack is going to be laid down, baby, as we have a big sack on the board here. Rick Hobbs, the big defensive tackle senior, able to get through and get all the way to McDonald for a huge sack. So 4th and 19 now. Fresno State going to rely on special teams once again, as they're going to burn off quite a bit of time off of this clock and make sure we don't get it. But they're going to go with a fake field goal, and that is, I don't even know why the sim even still tries to do that. I don't know why they try to do that. Neil Goodwin gets in as a little nose guy, and he's able to get in the backfield and snuff that out before it even really gets going. So 7-3 still the score. score. And now Robinson with just a few seconds left to work, and he says, I'm going to let this one fly. And Stephen Barker with a huge catch inside the 10. So first and goal, and Robinson wants to try and throw for it again. Remember, we had that blunder in the SEC Championship where the time was mismanaged. But this time, Robinson's not going to make that mistake again. Sick Naban said, dude, I'm going to throw you back out there with 10 seconds left. You better get in the end zone. And he does. And it looks like Ryan Reynolds had the touchdown catch. So that's going to be touchdown number 9 for Ryan Reynolds as we take a 14-3 lead over the Bulldogs after one half of play. So the game, our offense hasn't really flourished so far in the Rose Bowl, but Fresno State's has also been non-existent. And, of course, as I say that now, LaShawn Robinson's finally going to take the top off of this thing and blow the top of the roof of this place, which it doesn't have a roof. It's too old, but you get what I'm saying. It's all metaphorical, okay? And it's Hines once again. Can you believe that? David Hines has been the big MVP of this game. I guess so, man. If I guess Darius Van and Barker aren't really going to be it, then I guess Hines can be it. So why not? So 21-3 now the score. Things are starting to get out of hand for Fresno State. They need to get a big stop and get the ball back if they really want to stay in this ball game. But Robbie Tanner on the short yardage situation manages to pick up the first down at least for our offense. And again, it's another short yardage situation on 2nd and 1. And now Jameel Nichols, the Heisman winner who we haven't seen so far this game, he manages to just only really get the 1 yard to get the first down. Hasn't been doing a whole lot in this game here, but he's still somewhere producing somewhere. 1st and 10 now for Robinson and the boys, and no one in the backfield. He's going to throw for it again, and Barker across the middle. Looks like he will fall forward to get another first down for the Crimson Tide as we are just inching closer and closer to putting this game just about out of reach for Fresno State. I mean, there's still plenty of time, but we need to see a lot of life from Fresno State's offense if we're going to start sweating in our boots a little bit. And there's a little bit of life from the defense as that pass is intercepted by Graham, a cornerback for Fresno State. LaShawn Robinson gets picked off in the end zone, so that scoring drive, which had a lot of built up into it, completely gets deflated by Fresno State's defense. And now McDonald is going to get an interception of his own as Fabian Schmidt heading the other way. And I don't know what on earth the game plan was there, but Fabian Schmidt runs headlong into a brick wall and gets absolutely stoned. I can't believe he even held onto the football, man. That was incredible. But McDonald, couldn't find an opening there, and that is only McDonald's 11th interception of the season. He's been pretty good at protecting the football compared to some of these quarterbacks that we've seen, that we've gone up against, but that's a very costly one late in this ball game, and that could be wraps for the Bulldogs offense if we can manage to score off of that, since the third quarter is, coming to a close here with Ryan Reynolds getting a huge reception, and our time is taken away in the third quarter. This is for sure the last play of it, and Robinson gets rid of it quickly again, and that pass is completed along the sidelines by Barker, and that is going to be another first down to end the third quarter. So if we can get more points off of this drive, then Fresno State might be done here. It might be a wrap for them. But we have been only moving backwards since that first down. So 3rd and 22, and Robinson going for the home run shot towards the end zone. It's going to be caught in the end zone for a touchdown. He's going to get dragged into the end zone. And it's Ryan Reynolds again, man. Deadpool having himself the game of the century in the Rose Bowl. It's him and Hines just going back and forth with it. But Ryan Reynolds gets touchdown number 10 in this game. He only had a little over 500 yards in this game, and now that's definitely been completely blown wide open. And now Tanner's getting involved to get another first down as we have another opportunity to score on offense again. Fresno State's offense can't do much of anything in this game. Our defense has been absolutely suffocating, which I don't think is one of the better bright spots of this team, but it has certainly been proven to be the case here in the Rose Bowl. So another 3rd and long situation, and wide open is Stephen Barker, and that DB tried to make a play on the ball here, mistimed it again by about a second or so, and Stephen Barker ends up with his first touchdown of the Rose Bowl, and it is his 12th touchdown of the season. As I believe he didn't have one in the SEC Championship, which is weird, very odd, bizarre. But if my numbers are correct anyway, which are based on the recordings I did. But so the game is going to end here 35-3. Fresno State would do nothing else. We would do nothing else. And we are going to win our 4th national title in the Sick Naban era. So we're not winning them as close in succession, or I guess we are. We're taking a year off basically from every single one, but we've been winning them rather consistently. So it's our first one since year number 9 that we won, and so that's we're on a good pace here. So I think our pace overall, I haven't looked at. I plan on giving. I don't want to give an update on it with the series so close to its finish. You know what I mean? So I kind of just want to surprise you guys at the very end, talking about all the stats of how close we were to Nick Saban's pace and what kind of numbers we hit, what ones we didn't hit, which ones we did better than Saban, like the Iron Bowl record. You know what I mean? So Fresno State didn't go to the red zone once. They didn't go to the red zone once. I mean, you can lose. We had 3 fumbles. Didn't lose any of them, by the way, which is nuts. So I guess it's what Jameel Nichols was doing in this game since we didn't really get a whole lot of action from him. But, yeah, I mean, that was just – this is a Rose Bowl for the ages, man. An absolute masterclass. And I don't know if we've ever had – I mean, we looked good in the last one, too, against Southern Miss, but – I mean, it was, you know, I don't know. I feel like this is just the one right here. I don't know if you'll get a better one than this, man. We've, the years that we've made it to the national championship game, we've always just seemed like the consensus best team, so I've never really worried about it going into these games. Even in my head, I'm like, dude, if we make it to this game, we're winning it. Like, we're not going to lose this game. There's no way we can lose this game. So maybe that's all been proven time and time again, but we still have a couple more to win to at least match Nick Saban's number of 6. So we're at 4 here. We only got 2 more that we need to win, and we've got, you know, only a handful of seasons left to do that. So we need to win and maybe even grab an extra one in the process to beat him. I want to beat him. I don't just want to have 6. I want to beat him. So we're going to get an offer to go to West Virginia, who just had a pretty great year, honestly. I'm surprised they need a new coach, but they're going to offer us to go to West Virginia, and of course we're going to decline because we still have years left to put in here at Alabama. And maybe for the fun of this, I should have started at LSU. Maybe that would have made this more fun. I didn't even think about that. We had to win one at LSU and then go to Alabama, but that would have probably been too difficult to figure out, but either way, we're going to decline that job, and now we're going to end things here looking over the final bowl games here. Arkansas, they won their bowl game against Oklahoma State. 2 teams that we beat this year. Just want to throw that out there. You know what I mean? Just do victory lap a little bit. But we're your national champions, and in the next video, of course, we will be doing some off-season festivities. Looking ahead to year number 12. Hopefully we can win another one. So hope to see you guys there.